Hello students. Yesterday we were talking about the integration of functions, and there we have discussed a number of ways to integrate any functions that is given. And in that case we have seen what is definite integral and what is indefinite integral, how to integrate a function if it is not exactly or directly you cannot integrate it by the formula. So for that case we have understood one formula or one method there, that is the methods of substitution. So by using the substitution method you can find out the concept of you can find out integrations of any functions that is given. So sometimes suppose that the substitution process you cannot apply, and in product form some of the integrations are given, then what to do in that case? So actually there are a number of methods for the integrations, but basically here we are talking about only two methods that are very actually useful. So substitution method, students, I think that is all clear. And if you want to again remind it, then let's take one example again for the substitution. After that we will discuss about the integration by parts. So like for the substitution method we will see here, so we have to solve some problem that is something suppose this integrations that is given to us and we have to integrate this. Such types of integration we have seen in the previous class, so but still there I have just taken ax, then some of the students can be confused from it. So you don't have to be confused, again do the same work that you have done before. For that case again substitute this log ax by some other quantity. So suppose that we are taking log ax is equal to something y, and now if you are taking this as the y, then it means that you are converting the variable x into the y variable. So here at all places where x is there, then you have to convert this variable into this y variable. So for the conversion, differentiate the whole equation these terms on both sides with respect to x. So after differentiation, you know that log ax, its differentiation will be, first of all, here two functions we are seeing. Student, this term I have just told you already, as in this case two functions we have. So first of all, the differentiation of log that is 1 upon ax. After that, differentiate this term. So this differentiation you will get here after differentiation a, and the differentiation of x with respect to x, that will be 1. So finally we will see here 1 by x after solution of this, and here this side you will get dy by dx. So why I have just taken this, some of the students will think that if a factor is there, then a will also contain in our factor or as the product or divided as the division way. So here if you will solve it, then you will find out that in the differentiation there not be any appearance of a as a constant in the log term. So finally if you will find out dx here, so the value of dx by x, this is equal to dy. You can solve it, and here you can see that dx upon x, this is in our question also. So in the place of dx by x directly you can put dy here. So now let's substitute it. So in the place of log ax put y, and in place of dx upon x put dy. This two values, substitute this. Now it is very easy to solve for us. Its integration that will be equal to y square by 2. And now put the value of y again. So here the value of y that we have, that is log ax square divided by 2. So this is the solution of this equations that we will get here after solving it. So in this way you can use the substitution method, and for that case here we are also seeing that something product form is given, but still this product form can be eliminated when we will substitute in this way. So in that case it needed a lot of practice and concentration of your mind, that you can miss the understanding that if I will substitute this thing, then it will be eliminated by self. So this process is light complicated also, it needs a lot of practice, and if you don't want to do that, then for that case in place of substitution method you can adopt integration by part method. So integration by part methods are adopted whenever we have some functions that are in the form of product, and for that case we can apply that formula easily. And if you have to only actually remind the formula, after that you will be able to integrate the functions that is given to you. So what is integration by part? In this case, if we have to integrate something f(x1, x2) and into dx, means with respect to x, if you have to integrate some product form of the these things, like in differentiation, if we have to differentiate the product of some of the quantity, then in that case we have just put it as a constant, we have just differentiated it, and with respect to x, after that put plus sign, we have differentiated this term. So this is the method to solve the or to differentiate the product of the functions that is given. But here for integration something this is like different, you can also obtain it from this method, but still in this case, so you have to see that first of all which of the things can reduce your confusions. Later I will tell you that by example, I think that will be clear more. So here put one function outside, any function you can put outside, and the second remaining factor integrate it with respect to x. So now in this way we have to integrate only one method. After that here minus sign will be, and the integration of here differentiation of this factor that is here will be, and in the product again here integration of this factor is there. So this is the way in which you can use the by part method to solve such types of integrations in our students. I think this method is now clear. So let's see how to apply this method. This is little complicated it is looking, but let's apply. After that you will feel that no, this is the simple process. Like the things that we have used. I just want to one example. Suppose we have taken 1 by x log x dx. This is also, you are seeing that here one function is 1 by x, second function is log x. So product of the two functions that is given, and you want to integrate it by this method. So let's see what will be the value after this method. So with the help of this method, here one more thing, and here the differentiation you will get, here integration in the product form you will get. So you can put any of the function outside, but still you have to also again put your mind here which of the function you can take outside, so that if you will differentiate it, it can reduce our integration difficulties here. So in this case if you will just take log x outside, after that if you will differentiate log x here, or you can also take actually 1 by x also, but still I am just taking first of all both of the things I will take, and I will tell you what is the difficulty while taking other. So suppose log x I am taking outside, and if log x you will take outside, fx1 you have taken, then you have to integrate 1 by x with respect to dx minus Here we have some integration sign. After that you have to differentiate the factor that you have taken outside, means first function, then this is log x, and also you have to integrate this second way again 1 by x dx. Now let's solve it. So if you will solve it, then 1 by x, its integration is log x. So use it directly. So it will be log x finally whole square after solution minus, here if you will solve it, then you will get here d dx of log x, that is equal to 1 by x, and if you will solve this is, then it will be equal to again log x. So as its integration is log x, its differentiation is 1 by x. So again we have got the same quantity. So for this types of solution, suppose that the whole this thing that is given, that is equal to I. So we have to integrate I this in this way. So we suppose that the integration of this function 1 by x log x, that is equal to I, and again we have solved it by parts. We have seen again we are getting the same things that we have to integrate it here. So you can put here in the place of this I. So finally what you will get means I is equal to, we have got these things after solving it by parts, and here you have got log x whole square. Take I this side, finally you will get 2I. This is equal to log x whole square, or I is equal to 1 by 2 log x whole square. So this is the answer that you have got after using by parts here, methods of by parts. Again let's see this, the same problem with the substitution method. If both of the answers will be same, it means that our methods are identical. We can adopt any of the methods which is convenient for us. So for the substitution method, again we'll take log x is equal to y, and if you will solve, again I think I have already told you, then directly I can substitute it. So in the place of log x I have substituted y, and now I have converted this dx by x. If you will just differentiate it, then you will get is equal to dy. So finally after substitution you will get y dy here, and after solution you will get y square by 2 after integration of y with respect to y. So if y square by 2 you are getting, and now put the value of y, that is log x. Log x. So you are seeing the same things that we have got here with the help of by parts. So you can adopt any of the formula here. And again in this formula, I have just told you again, you have to understand the fact that which function you have to take outside and which function you have to integrate here. If you will take second function, then what is difficulty there? So as this is a function, in the first case we have taken log x outside, and now take 1 by x outside, and now just take log x as the integration part. So first of all, the integration of log x is complicated. That's why we always try to reduce such types of complications for our calculation. So the reason is that you have to understand this factor than which function you have to take outside. So this can be stored by the process of integration or functions that you are integrating here. Take some more examples. Suppose we have a function that is given x cos x, and you have to integrate this function with respect to x. So now integrate this function with respect. Suppose that we are taking the integration of this is I, and we have to now calculate what is the value of I here. So for that case, again apply the methods of parts here. So by parts here, again apply the formula. and for that case I am taking x as a outside. Later I will tell you why I have done this. So take x as a outside. Now integrate by the formula, integrate cos x minus of, put the integration sign here, and now differentiate this x that you have taken outside, and here you can see that the differentiation will be 1. That's why I have taken this function as the outside to reduce my the integration problem here. So you can take such types of functions outside so that you can reduce your problem. Suppose in this problem if there will be x square, then if you will take x square in the integration and cos x outside, then in that case here you will get x cube, and in the factor again if you will take cos x here, its differentiation will be sin x, and in the integration you will get x cube by 3. Then that time your problems will be enlarged. You cannot apply the by parts there for the solution because the power will be increased every time if you will use the by parts method there. So this is based on your practice, that which functions you are taking outside. To take that function outside, that can reduce here multiplicative problem here. You have to integrate such types of problems in which you are differentiating one function and you are integrating one function. After that you are multiplying them and again you have to integrate them. So take that function here outside, which through which you can reduce your problem. So if you will take x or x square as the outside, then here after differentiation obviously that function will be reduced. And again in the product you have to integrate the second function, so that is cos x dx. Now let's solve it. Actually here as the whole here dx will be also. So the integration of sin x, that is equal to minus of cos x, and integration of cos x, that is equal to sin x. So the formula that you can adopt here directly. So the integration of cos x, that is equal to sin x minus, here you are seeing that its value is equal to 1. It's again integration, that is equal to sin x dx. This is x sin x minus of integration of sin x, and integration of sin x, that will be equal to minus of cos x. Just told you the integration differentiation of sin x, that is equal to cos x, but integration of sin x is minus cos x. So here you will get finally plus sin and cos x. So this is the solution that you will get after using by parts here. So in this way easily you can solve this by using the formula that you know and by using by parts method. So whenever friends you have some of the functions that is given in terms of product, then there you can adopt by parts method. Let's see one more question here. In the same question, if suppose I am using here x square, then how to solve it? Here the complication is increased now. We have taken x square as the outside. We have to differentiate here x square in the case. And if you will take it, then here will be x square. After integration of this, here we have sin x. This is sin x minus of. After differentiation you will get here 2x and sin x dx. So here again we are seeing that the product x sin x, that is here. So again you have to apply the integration by part to solve this. So first of all, before solving this whole thing, suppose I1 is equal to, you have integration of x sin x dx. Now solve it by the integration by part. After that put the value there, and that will provide you the answer here. Here take 2 as the outside. You can take it because it is constant. So you can here 2 and integrate whole of the things that is given. So again to apply the by parts formula, take x as the output. So here if you will put x here, then you have to integrate sin x. So if you will integrate sin x, then you will get here minus of cos x. Again minus sign will be here, and just differentiate this x, that will be 1. Integrate this sin x, that will be minus cos x. So finally you will get here cos x dx. And again if you will solve it, then you will get here sin x. So this is the integration that you have got for this. So directly put this value here. So this is 2. This is minus x cos x plus sin x. So after this value, this will be x square sin x minus of or plus, here totally will be 2x cos x minus 2 sin x. So this is the answer of the integration of this functions that is given to you. So in this way, one by one, if you are applying integration by part, then by using that you can easily solve whatever the functions that is given to you. So I think now there is no confusion while integrating any complicated functions that is given to you by substitution method. You can solve it by integration by part method. You can solve it. Actually, in the substitution method, you have to do a lot of practice so that you can understand where we can substitute and what to substitute there. So you can substitute anything, whatever can reduce your problem. So there you have to always do practice for that. So practice a lot, students, there. And integration by part, you can apply directly the formula for the integration and integration by part. But still here also you have to see that which of the thing can reduce your problem. Means whatever you are taking outside, that will be differentiated here, and if this differentiation only can reduce your problem, because integration is just increasing the value of function and differentiation can reduce the value of function. So you have to reduce your problem, so you have to take the function that in the differentiation that can really reduce here the integration problem here. So like I have just told you why we have to take in that way, in that if you will take x here, then here you will get, after like here you will get only 2x sin x. But if you will take here in the differentiation, you will take cos x here and here x square, means interchanging way if you will use here, then after integration this function will become x cube by 3. So x cube into sin x you will have. So again, how can you apply it, because it is increasing. We in problem we had only x square cos x, but now we have converted our problem into the x cube sin x. So this is extended way for our problem. This is not way to solve it. So I think now you get it how to solve the integration by part. So students, if now that is clear, then let's see the expansion of some of the series here. After that we will end this chapter here. We have discussed a lot of things in the mathematical tools that is needed to understand the physical concepts and physical derivations, numericals, whatever. So next things that we are going to study here, that is expansion of function. So like we have expanded some of the functions by the binomial theorem, binomial series, and there like if 1 plus x or a plus x power something, we have such types of things, a plus x power n, these types of things we have, then we can expand this power series. But still if we have some of the functions like we have e exponential value, means e power x, log x, then what is the value of e power x, what is the value of log x, how can you calculate it? So for that case expansion series helps us to calculate its value. So the expansion of e to the power x, that is 1 plus x square 1 factorial 2 plus x cube upon factorial 3 and so on. So in this way you can expand this value, and if you want to calculate suppose you want to calculate the value of e to the power 5 or e to the power 4, then how can you find out its value? Then in the place of x put the value, if e to the power 4 you have to calculate, then put the value 4 here, and after that solve it. You know already how to solve this problem here, factorial problem. Then after that you can solve it and you can find out its value easily. So I think this expansion is clear here. I am not going to tell you that how to get this expansion. Only in physics we are using mathematical concept. No, here no need to for their derivations. So I think that is clear. Now again, how to expand log x? Exactly, we are not expanding log x. We have formula for log 1 plus x. You can use that formula after that log x by substitution way. So the value of log here base e 1 plus x, this value is equal to x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 and so on, minus of x power 4 by 4 and so on. So in this case this x is less than 1. So whenever you have the value of x less than 1, suppose that you have to calculate the value of log 1.5. So you can you can find out its value with the help of log table also, but still if a log table is not provided to you, in that case you can use the algebraic way to expand this and solve it. In that case you can write out log 1 plus 0.5 here. So in place of x you can put here 0.5, and after that you can apply this formula. As you are seeing that this is less than 1, and you can apply this formula easily there to expand it. So I think expansion of the series for exponential and log, that is clear. How to find out the random value that is given, e power 10, e power 100, e power 1000, that is given to you. So how can you find its value? Or also if log something is given, then how can you find its value? So that case, in that case actually it helps us a lot to calculate the values. If log table, anti-log table, we don't have that. Next thing, that is we have trigonometrical functions like sine function, cosine functions, tan function, cot function, such types of functions we have. Then what is the expansion of such types of trigonometrical functions? So the value of sine theta, suppose you have to expand it and you have to find out the value of sine 18, sine 36, sine 45, whatever random value, sine 37. So you have already understood that how to find the value of sine theta by the a number of methods we have. Sine a plus b form, sine a minus b form, number of formula there. I haven't told you that here because that is formula based problem, you can see that. So in that way you can find out that, but some of the times it is very difficult to factorize them and apply that formula. So there we can use expansion of the trigonometrical functions also. So the expansion of sine theta, that is theta minus theta cube upon factorial 3 plus theta 5 or 5 factorial 5, and in this way you can expand it. So here alternate, first of all minus sign will be there, and in the case of sine theta we will not get the even power of the theta here. These types of problems are used to expand the values. In the case of wave and oscillations, there we are taking harmonic functions. So if you want to find out what is the displacement, if suppose some of the values of sine omega t that is given, as we have displacement equation y is equal to a sine omega t for the oscillation harmonic oscillations, and for the harmonic wave, like y is equal to something a sine omega t plus kx. So in that case here theta that are different, and in that case if you want to find exact value of what is the value of y, then you can expand this in this way, and if you know other values then put them and solve it easily. And again we have in functions that is cos theta. So in the case of cos theta here, the things that you will get 1 minus theta square by factorial 2 plus theta power 4 by factorial 4 and so on. So in this case of cos theta, we will not get the values for the odd numbers. We are getting only values for the even numbers here. So in this way you can expand any of the functions that is given your mathematical problems. So use them, and a lot of mathematical tools we have already discussed here. So I think now all the things is clear. Then let's end the class here. Thank you.